Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic. In today's video, we are going to crack open the fourth and final pre-constructed deck from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, and today it's going to be Planar Portal. What's up, MTG baby? That is the MTG Burgeoning community. Here we are with another pre-constructed commander deck, and today it's the ever so popular Prosper Tomebound, the Rakdos general that is helming the Planar Portal commander deck from Dungeons & Dragons. So let's liberate the cards from this packaging and let's talk about the goodies that are inside. All right, that's our deck right there. And we're going to pull out our other packaging. I've said before, and I will say it again. I'll get the cardboard out of here. These little push-outs are actually pretty useful. That is a good addition that Wizards has put into the pre-constructed decks recently. So kudos, because those do come in handy, as does the divider that I have at times forgotten to punch out during the liberation of the pre-constructed deck. This time, however, we will make sure to punch it out. All right, so we got all of our little cardboard stuff. We're going to line that baby up right over here. All right, we got our deck box. Look at that guy. He's ready. Look at all that. Look at that book glowing. All right, we got some more packaging. We'll get rid of this. Now let's just get the deck out. There's our deck, our spin down, and our deck box. So we'll get rid of that. All right, deck box we'll just put right on over there. How to play, we'll put that right here. Cool spin down counter, we'll just put that there. All right, so we got the peripheral stuff out of the way now. Here we go. Let's strap it in. This is deck number 4 out of 4 from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. All right, let's start with the front-facing commander. We have Prosper Tomebound, a 1/4 Death Toucher for 2 in Rakdos. At the beginning of our end step, we exile the top card of our library. Until end of our next turn, you may play that card. All right, that's pretty sweet, a little extension of our hand. Whenever we play a card from exile, create a treasure token. All right, so we get a little bit of a mana reduction for a future spell. On the face of it, seems a little slow. Unless, of course, we have a bunch of other spells that can put, spells or effects, that can put some more cards in exile to give us more treasure tokens. So let's see if this deck has what we're looking for. All right, so Prosper Tomebound, you'll go up there. And the secondary commander is, oh, look at this dude. Look at the foiling on the eye. That is pretty sweet. Come on, camera, get in the game. There we go. Wow, the foil eye is awesome. All right, 3 in Rakdos for a 5/5 Beholder. Whenever we attack a player, tap target creature that player controls and goad it. Okay, that could be very valuable. Whenever an opponent attacks another one of your opponents, you and the attacking player each draw 1 card and lose a life. All right, so if you are a fan of MTG Burgeoning, you know that I am adverse to helping opponents. So just allowing one of our opponents, or let's be honest, any of our opponents, to draw a card for the cost of 1 life in an attack phase, I'm frowning at you, Karazakar. All right, so for me right now, it's all about Prosper, and let's see exactly how many of the 99 we can get to exile some cards to create some more treasure tokens. Here we go. All right, we got Warlock class. All right, this is our black class. All right, so that's from the set. Chaos Channeler. Okay, we got a dice rolling card. You find some prisoners. That's from the set. Bucknard's Everfull Purse. Roll a d4 treasure tokens. Alrighty. Ebony Fly comes into play tapped. Tap for a colorless. Tap 4, roll a d6. Until end of turn, we may have Ebony Fly become an XX insect artifact creature with flying, where X is the result. Whenever Ebony Fly attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until end of turn. Ooh, that's pretty decent. It only costs 2. We'll put that in the pretty sweet pile right over there. All right, we have Underdark Rift. Tap 5, tap exile, roll a d10, put target artifact, creature, or planeswalker into its owner's library just beneath the top X card. Oh, this was shaping up to be an awesome, awesome land until the very last sentence. Those 5 words, 5 of the most dreaded words we can see in Magic, activate only as a sorcery. All right, we got Pathesis. It's a good one, or Pathesis. I'm not exactly sure how that's pronounced. Light Up the Stage is a reprint. Loyal Apprentice. Shiny Impetus. Throes of Chaos. Vandal Blast. Ooh, there's a pretty sweet reprint. Let's put that into the sweet reprint pile. Nice. Bituminous Blast? Bituminous? Oh, jeez. Rakdos Charm. That's a nice one to have reprinted. Never can have too many of those. Same thing with Terminate. Ah, there's our Arcane Signet. Commander Sphere. Ooh, Felbar Stone? Well, that's a pretty sweet reprint. Wow. All right. Mind Stone. Oraska Relic. Rakdos Signet. There's our Soul Ring. Oh, Talisman of Indulgence? Seriously? Wow. Boy, some of the lower valued peripheral reprints in this deck are awesome so far. Unstable Obelisk, Bajuka Bog. There's our Command Tower. Mortuary Mire. Okay, here we go. Bag of Devouring. Whenever you sacrifice another non-token artifact or creature, exile it. Tap 2, tap this. Sacrifice another target artifact or creature. I get the sense that, let's see, draw a card. Tap 3, tap this. Sacrifice Bag of Devouring. Roll a d10. Return up to X cards from among cards exiled with Bag of Devouring to their owner's hand, where X is the result. Not sure. We'll put it there for now, but we're not sure. All right. Dance Macabre. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature. Roll a d20 and add the toughness of the creature you sacrificed this way. 1 through 14. Return a creature card put into a graveyard this way onto the battlefield under your control. 15 plus. Return up to 2 creature cards. Ooh, that's a pretty sweet new card. All right, we'll put that right there. Death Tyrants. Look at this guy. Beholder Skeleton. A 4/6 menace for 4 and a black. Whenever an attacking creature we control or a blocking creature an opponent controls dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Pay 5 and a black. Return this from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's pretty sweet. All right, we'll put you in the sweet pile. Grim Hireling. 3/2. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. All right. Tap a black, sacrifice X treasures. Target creature gets -X until activate only as a sorcery. The creation of the treasure tokens, that's pretty sweet though. Hellish Rebuke. Instant for 2 and a black until end of turn. Permanents your opponent's control gain. When this permanent deals damage to the player who cast Hellish Rebuke, sacrifice this permanent and you lose 2 life. Oh, can you imagine casting this right before the combat damage step of someone who just swarmed you with a token army? Oh my goodness, that is pretty sweet. And that's not a difficult card to hold back because you only have to hold up a minimum of 2 and a black mana. That is pretty awesome right there. Nice. Look at this dude. We have a devil that's just black. There's no red in this guy at all. All right, let's check this dude out. 6/6 flyer, 5 and 2 black. Whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may pay life equal to its mana value. If you do, put it onto the battlefield under your control. Oh, holy crap. It's a warlock in addition to its other types. If a warlock you control would die, exile it instead. Wow, this guy is amazing. He's legendary too, so he could be a commander. Wow, that is really strong. I like that guy. He is sweet. Nice. All right, we got a rare equipment here. 1 in a red to cast. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and reach. That's an interesting. That's interesting for a red equipment to provide reach. That's a little outside of red's wheelhouse, I think. Whenever an equipped creature is dealt damage, it deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. Okay, so that kind of has like a Mog Maniac, Spite Mare kind of ability. Equip 2 and a red. All right, that's different. I like the fact that it's reach because you can just sit back with it as a blocker and just tempt someone to send a biggin at you. All right, Reckless Endeavor, 5 and 2 red. Whoa, baby. Roll 2d12 and choose one result. Reckless Endeavor deals damage equal to that result to each creature, then create a number of treasure tokens equal to the other result. Whoa! All right, I think right at this moment, this is the strongest card I've seen so far in this deck. Wow! 2d12. So you have a fairly reasonable chance to get back the mana that you used to cast the spell. Wow, that is really a good card. I'm getting the sense, however, that so far we've had quite a high number of dice rolling cards in this deck and not so many exile cards that can help to benefit from Prosper's ability. Anyone else feeling the same way thus far? But this card, that is a strong card. Wow. Baby, that is a beautiful new card. Wow. All right, Share the Spoils, another rare, 1 in a red. Enchantment says, when this enters the battlefield or an opponent loses the game, exile the top card of each player's library. During each player's turn, that player may play a land or cast a spell from among cards exiled with Share the Spoils. And they may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. When they do, exile the top card of their library. Nope, I want no part of this. This is going to give opponents access to everyone's top card of their library when it's exiled. Don't want to help out the opponents. That's a hard no. You go into that pile. Wild Magic Sorcerer. All right, let's see. 4/3 for 3 in a red. The first spell you cast from exile each turn has Cascade. All right, but we need some more ways in which to get those cards into exile. Fevered Suspicion, 6, a black and a red. What the heck? Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. We may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards without paying their mana costs. Oh, the rebound, I think, makes this card a lot more valuable. Just investing 8 mana to have that happen once, that's always the risk, is you never know what you're going to get. But I'll tell you, the rebound ability makes this a bit easier of an investment. That's a pretty sweet card. All right. Hurl Through Hell. Wow, Hurl Through Hell. What a great card. We have 2 and Rakdos at instant speed. Exile target creature until end of your next turn. We may cast that card, and we may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. Oh my god, that's awesome. As long as we don't target a commander, because of course when the zone changes, the player can just choose to have the commander go to their command zone. That is really strong. That is a really great card. Wow, very nice. All right, Chittering Witch, okay. Consuming Vapors, right? Yeah, Dead Man's Chest, okay. Fiend of the Shadows, that just sounds funny. Not familiar with Fiend of the Shadows. Let's see, it's 3/3. 3 and double black flyer. When this deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles a card from their hand. Here we go. You may play that card for as long as it remained exiled. So here's one of the cards that can help Prosper do his thing. Sacrifice a human to regenerate this. Okay, all right. Gonti, sure. Hex, destroy 6 target creatures. All right. Marionette Master. Alrighty, that'll work. Ogre Slumlord, Piper of the Swarm, Pontiff of Blight, Apex of Power. Now we're looking at some power spells to exile some cards. Oh, baby. I love Apex of Power. It is an awesome card. Exile the top 7 cards of your library. Until end of turn, you may cast spells from among them. If this spell was cast from our hand, we add 10 mana of any one color. So if we cast this, if we cast this from our hand, we can pretty much cast it for free, as long as we have enough color-specific cards that are exiled in order to use 10 red or 10 black mana. Wow, pretty sweet. And of course, with Prosper's second ability, whenever we play any of those cards from exiles, we're going to create a treasure token. This is a great way to balance out the mana that we would need to cast all of those spells. Yeah, the Apex of Power is a great addition to this kind of deck. Come on, let's keep piling it up, baby. Let's keep doing it. Oh, Chaos Warp, sure, of course. Commune with Lava. There's another one of the mass exiling cards. That's perfect. Okay, here's all right, this one's a little bit slower. We got to, invest the sacrificing of a creature in order to exile the top card. All right. Dark Dweller Oracle, Dire Fleet Daredevil, sure. Oh, Disrupt Decorum. This is a great reprint. This is one that was getting up there in price. It's really cool to see a card like that being reprinted in a commander deck. That's awesome. Dream Pillager. Okay, here's another source to exile some cards. Now they're really starting to pile up. Oh, here's a Tali. Now this one is going to be fantastic because when we attack with a Tali, we get to automatically cast each of those spells from exile without paying their mana cost. So, oh my goodness, that's going to be ridiculous. So if we hit this with a Tali, we have the chance of casting 4 free spells and creating 4 treasure tokens with Prosper's second ability. Wow, that is ridiculous. That is a fantastic addition to that deck. Holy mackerel, nice. Ignite the Future. Here we got some more exiling cards, and that has the flashback, so we can do that twice. Is it Chemister? All right, this is a little bit of a slower and a little more card-specific way to exile it. We can only choose an instant or sorcery. Wow, all right. Oh, and then look at the second ability. We can sacrifice to cast any number of cards exiled with Is It Chemister without paying their mana costs. Wow, yeah, that's pretty strong. All right, Tectonic Giant. Here's another one with an ETB trigger. I'm sorry, not an ETB trigger. I said that wrong. With an attack trigger, or whenever it becomes the target of a spell of one of our opponents, we can exile the top 2 cards of our library. Okay, now we're really getting into... Oh, Bedevil reprint. That is fantastic. Love to see it. Here we go, Theater of Horrors. Another way in which to exile a card. That's a little slower than some of the mass exiling spells we've seen, but still, that'll work. Here's a great one, too. Look at that, Chaos Wand. This is perfect, particularly if you're sitting down to a table with someone who's playing a very creature-heavy deck. It may be an instance where they don't have a lot of instant or sorcery spells, and you can really load up by... Oh, wait, nope, never mind, because it says put the exile cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of that player's library. Okay, so that's not as good. All right, Exotic Orchard, Foreboding Ruin, Shadow. Now we're getting in. Ooh, Smoldering Marsh, that's nice. Tainted Peak, love the Tainted. Zalfrin Void. There are our swamps, probably followed by our mountains. Yep. There's our cardboard, and we got our rat tokens, our servo tokens, our thopter tokens. And if we slide those over, we got our awesome treasures and some zombies. Okay, well, I think that the practicality of what Prosper Tomebound can do, his popularity is very justified here. Overall, for this deck, personally for me, Prosper takes the prize for the better of the 2 commanders. Again, I am not one to help out opponents, so the Beholder over there is not one that I would choose to put out into the command zone. The new cards that are printed, there are some really awesome new cards in this deck. Some of the reprinted cards are amazing too. Disrupt Decorum, the Talisman, the Fellwire Stone, the Vandal Blast. Yeah, I give this looks like a pretty strong deck, even out of the box. There are a number of mass exiling card spells, and even a slew of ones that are a little slower at 1 card at a time. I think this deck has some staying power. I think Prosper Tomebound is one that could be built around and strengthened and enhanced with each subsequent new set. Let me know what you think about this deck in the comment section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.